Hi, I'm Paul Battaglia, and this is section 6.4, Vectors and Dot Products. Now that students have seen what a vector is, I think the real question becomes, how did this idea of a dot product come about? So please welcome Gabe and Brittany. And Brittany, why don't you take that? How exactly do we come to this idea of a dot product?
All right, well, we know how to multiply real numbers. We just do 3 times 7.
Right.
But now, dealing with vectors, we have magnitude and direction.
Right.
So how do we deal with that? And that's where the dot product comes from.
Okay.
And then from there, I like to mention to my students that the dot product isn't necessarily a useful number, which we get from
standalone
multiplying
basis.
two vectors. But we can use the dot product to calculate the angle between 2 vectors, or we can use the dot product to show that 2 vectors are orthogonal.
Oh, I like that. And you know what? I think it's always important to try and get students to understand where we would see this in a real life setting, right? And so I then would take that maybe, and I would say to my students, let's take a situation where we're trying to analyze work, right? Well, we would need to understand the force required to stop a car from slipping downhill. And I think these things, students will see that these things require the use of a dot product and the angle in between 2 vectors. So very important connection we can help our students make as well. I hope these tips have been helpful for you and that you find much success in section 6.4.